Hey there, and welcome. Today, we are going to do something really cool. We are going to turn our students from, just number crunchers into full-blown data detectives. Because let's be real, teaching data isn't just about making charts. It's about showing our kids how to find the amazing stories that are hiding inside the numbers. Let's dive in. This quote, this is our whole mindset. I just love this idea. We're not just teaching another math unit. We are setting up a theme. We're literally turning our classroom into a detective agency. Every single survey we do, every chart we make, it's all part of a mystery that's just waiting for us to solve. So, where do we fit into all this? Easy, we're the chief detectives. Our job is to recruit our students, train them up in the art of the investigation, and guide them as they start to figure out how to read the clues and crack the case. It's a fun role, and it all starts with the number one most important detective skill. Right here, this is where every great case begins. Before you can find the story, you've got to get the facts. But we've all seen what happens when the evidence is a mess, right? It's just a jumble of random counts on a worksheet. It's useless. We need a system. We need a tool that helps our little detectives gather clues quickly, clearly, and without mistakes. And that brings us to the first tool in our official detective kit, the good old tally chart. I always tell my students, this is like taking witness statements right at the scene of the crime. It's the quickest, most efficient way to get that data down as it's happening, one clue at a time. Now, the real magic of the tally chart is that fifth mark, the bundle. It seems so simple, but this is exactly where the first mystery in our classroom usually pops up. And since we're master detectives, we know how to solve that mystery before it even starts. Okay, this is without a doubt my favorite way to teach this. Don't just tell them, you gotta perform it. Get the kids up on their feet, be super dramatic. Say, okay, detectives, with me now. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Make a huge deal out of that pause. The fifth one is special. It locks the gate. Have them all air draw that big diagonal slash with you. It's physical, it's memorable, and trust me, it sticks. And this is what we're aiming for. See that? Clean, organized evidence. When kids get the tally right, they can see which category is winning at a glance. They can count by fives, which is way faster and has far fewer errors. They've officially collected their first solid set of clues. But, raw clues aren't the whole story. Now they have to learn how to decode them. So, once we have our clues all tallied up, it is time to visualize them. A pictograph is the perfect next step. We can frame this for our students like they're decoding a secret message. All the data is hidden inside these little symbols, and they have to crack the code to figure out what it all means. So you show your students a pictograph that looks something like this. It's colorful, it's engaging. But before they even think about counting those symbols, we have to train their detective eyes to go straight to the single most important clue on the whole page, the key. Please use this exact analogy in your class. It's just so powerful. The key is not some little side note. It is the Rosetta Stone for the entire graph. If you don't crack this code first, the message you think you're reading is going to be completely wrong. And that, of course, is where our second predictable little mystery tends to show up. All right, so our detectives can collect clues with tallies, they can decode symbols with pictographs. Now it's time for the big picture analysis, the bar graph. This is the detective's ultimate tool for comparing all the different pieces of evidence side by side. This is where the story really starts to come alive. The trick here is to break down the parts of the graph using our detective theme. The title, that's the name of the case file. The labels, those tell us which clues we're looking at. And for the axes, you gotta love the classics. X goes across and Y to the sky. And finally, you have the scale. And the scale is our precision measurement tool. And here it is, the payoff. A clear visual story. All of a sudden, the clues just snap into focus. You can immediately see which bar is tallest, which is the shortest, how they all relate. The comparison is instantaneous. But this beautiful clarity only works if one crucial piece is built correctly. And that piece is the scale. I absolutely love this ruler analogy. Think about it. Just like a real ruler, the spaces between the numbers have to be perfectly, totally even. You can't have a ruler that goes 1, 2, 5, 10. And yet, that is exactly where our third common mystery loves to hide. Okay, now for the best part. As chief detectives, we get to anticipate the challenges. We don't see student mistakes as failures. We see them as these predictable little mysteries that we already know how to solve ahead of time with some really clever proactive strategies.
First up, mystery number 1, the careless count. Oh, we've all seen it. 5 vertical lines standing in a row instead of a nice little bundle. And we already know the solution. That super dramatic physical lock the gate method. It turns a boring rule into an action they remember.
Next, we have mystery number 2, the ignored secret code. The student sees 3 apple symbols and just writes 3, completely blowing past the key that says each apple is worth 2. The fix for this? You gotta get hands-on. Break out the physical counters. Literally place 2 counters on the first symbol and say, this one is worth 2. Then 2 more on the next. See, now we have 4. It makes that abstract number totally concrete.
And our final case, mystery number 3, the wobbly ruler. This is when the scale on the bar graph is just all over the map. The solution is to constantly go back to that ruler analogy. The spaces have to be even. And a fantastic support here is to use grid paper or even give them templates that are pre-labeled. These are great scaffolds to help them build a reliable scale every single time.
So, we've taught them the tools, we've solved all the common mysteries. What's the end game? It's this, right here. This is the moment where we push our students to go beyond just making the graph. The real work of a detective starts after the evidence is all laid out. It's all about interpretation. This is our ultimate goal. This is the big takeaway. We want to get our students to a place where they look at a bar graph and they don't just say, dogs got 12 votes. We want them to say something like, the investigation clearly shows that dogs are the most popular pet by a huge margin, with cats coming in a distant second. We want them to find the narrative to tell the story. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What about your own class? Their favorite books, how many siblings they have, the weather for a month. Every single one of those is a data set, and every data set has a story inside it. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to give your students the tools to go find it.